Hey you guys, and welcome to Dollar Workout Club. I'm Lynn, this is Natalie, and this is Drew, and we're going to be walking you guys through a full body workout today. So let me tell you a little bit about our tank tops so you know who to follow during this exercise. So if you're going to be doing a modified or less intense version, you're going to be following me in green. For an intermediate level, you'll be following Natalie in yellow, and for the most intense exercise moves, you're going to be following Drew in red here.
Oh, you're stretching. I thought Drew was trying to flex for the
Oh
camera.
my gosh.
Which is what he does pretty much all day.
Not all the time.
All day
It's like
long.
once a day.
So what we're going to first do is actually show all the exercise moves along with the modifications so you know who to follow. And you can actually follow a different person based on the exercise move itself. So just watch the moves, see which one looks good for you, and then we'll go into the warm-up and the exercise itself. The first exercise move is actually a jumping squat. So for beginner or modified for less intense, we're not going to be jumping. Instead, you're going to find something like a bench or chair, something to push firm against a wall just to make sure it's stationary. And then you're going to have your feet about shoulder width apart, and you're going to sit back into that chair. Natalie's using her arms for stability and support, which is a great thing to do. She kept her chest up the entire time she sat down. Then she's going to lift herself up, and then she's going to basically lift off of those heels to kind of go into a toe raise and lift up instead of jumping. So go back down, great, keeping that chest up, lifting those heels off the ground. So that's how you're gonna do it at the green or modified level. For a yellow or advanced level, you're gonna be doing the same motion. The only difference is the red's gonna be jumping a little bit higher in this. So you're gonna go ahead and squat back, keeping those legs shoulder width apart, chest up, and then you're gonna jump up and go straight into the next motion. Again, the only difference being red is going to be jumping a little bit higher than yellow. So for the next motion we're actually going to be doing a tough one. It's called inchworms with a push-up. I'm going to first have Natalie show you the green or modified version of this. You're going to get next to a wall, something sturdy. You're going to have your arms out in front of you and then walk them down just a tiny bit so they're a little bit below, and then you're going to walk all the way up as high as you can go. You're going to come back down, and then you're gonna do a push-up, okay, against the wall. As you can see, she's stepped out about a couple feet from the wall. The closer you're into the wall, the easier it's gonna be. The further out you are from the wall, the harder it's gonna be. So just keep that in mind when you're doing the motion. And then remember when you're doing the push-up that your arms are a little bit wider than your shoulders and straight out in front of you. And then you lean in and push back out, really squeezing that chest muscle, and then go right back into the inchworm, going up and down, and then another push-up. For the intermediate level, you're actually gonna be starting on your feet. You're gonna reach down to the ground with your hands, and then you're gonna walk your body all the way out till you're about in push-up position. Then for intermediate yellow level, you're actually gonna get on your knees for the push-up. You're gonna bring your chest down to the ground. You're gonna push up. Then you're gonna get back to your feet, and you're gonna walk yourself all the way back up into the starting position. I know that looks really difficult. It's a great move working multiple muscle groups. For the advanced level, you're doing the same thing, except you're staying on your feet the whole time for including the push-ups. So you're gonna walk out till you're about in push-up position. You're gonna go down, hit your chest to the ground for a full push-up, and then you're gonna walk all the way back, keeping your feet planted on there the entire time and doing the push-up on your feet. The next motion we're doing is lunges. Now, we're gonna be doing them on each leg and alternating. If you're gonna be green or modified, you're gonna wanna get next to something like a wall or chair, anything that you can use for support. You're gonna step one of your feet forward, and using the back leg, you're gonna hinge at the knee and go down a little bit. As you can see, she's not going down all the way to the ground. It's okay if you can't go all the way to the ground at first. As a beginner, usually you just go down, maybe about a foot, and then you push back through the heel to come back up, which will activate and really work those quads and those glutes. Perfect. Alternating legs each time. So for yellow, you're going to be doing the same motion, obviously standing in place. You can grab a set of weights. The difference between advanced and intermediate, so red and yellow, is going to be the weight they use. So Natalie's using something around the house that's a little bit heavier than what Drew is using. So you can choose something based on your level.
Yeah. I'm using heavier weight.
Oh, sorry, that's what I said. No, I didn't say that.
That's okay. That's what we're here for.
Never mind.
We're here
Drew
to help
is
each
using
other
a
out.
heavier weight. Natalie looks tougher. That's all I'm saying.
She does.
Okay. So the yellow's going to be using a lighter weight. The red's going to be using a harder weight. And you're going to take a big step out. You're going to bring that back knee down, and you're going to hit it as close as you can to the ground. If possible, actually touch the ground so you're getting the full movement. And then you're going to push yourself back up, again, using the heel of your foot, not your toe. Push yourself back out, and you're alternating feet during the motion, okay? And if you're yellow, if you don't want to use weight, that's okay too, okay? You can do the motion without a weight. The next exercise we're doing is the dumbbell front raises. Now, regardless of fitness level, whether you're doing red, yellow, or green, you're gonna be doing the same motion. The only difference is the weight you're gonna use. So I'm gonna be using light soup cans. Natalie's gonna be using heavier ones. And then Drew, of course, is using the heaviest dumbbells. So you're gonna have your weights out in front of you. You're gonna have your palms facing towards your body. And you're gonna basically lift your arms straight out in front of you till they're basically right in alignment and parallel with the floor. And then you're gonna go straight down. So up, and then straight down. Okay, keeping those weights in perfect alignment. You don't want to be bending your elbows and lifting up. Okay, you want to keep your arms as straight as possible when you lift forward. The next move we're going to be doing is the twisting bicep curl. Again, use a weight that's comfortable for you. The same motion regardless of your level, just the weight that you're going to use is going to vary based on your fitness level. So how you're going to do this is you're going to be starting in a hammer curl position. That means you're holding the weight and your palms are faced towards each other holding that weight. You're going to curl up. And as you do, you're gonna twist that weight as you get towards the top and flex at the top, flexing your bicep, and then you're gonna bring that back down, okay? So you're coming up, you're squeezing and curling those weights in, and then bringing them back down in a hammer position. The key is to always keep your elbows in by your side as you come up and twist those weights in, and then as you twist them back down in the hammer position going down. So the next motion we're gonna be doing is tricep kickbacks. Again, we're all doing the same motion. It just varies based on the weight you're gonna use. You're gonna have your feet pretty close together. You're gonna slightly bend at your knees and you're gonna be sticking your butt out and you're gonna go ahead and hinge your body or your back forward. As you can see, his back's in good alignment. And then you're gonna bend at those elbows and press those forearms back. So you're bringing those weights back, forward towards your chest, kicking them back, really working your tricep muscles there. Perfect. Remember to keep your back flat. Don't hunch that back over, okay? If you're using too heavy of a weight and you feel like you're just throwing your arms back and your body back like this, go down in weight so that you can use good form. So the last move that we're gonna be doing is the toe touch ab motion. So if a green or modified level, you're gonna come down like you're in a crunching position. And in essence, you are doing a small movement where you're basically lifting your shoulder a tiny bit off the mat and you're reaching towards the opposite leg. As you can see, Natalie showing the green movement here. She's lifting her shoulder blade off. She's reaching as far as she can to the other side, slightly engaging in just like a little crunch movement, okay? All right, so for the intermediate or yellow level, you're actually gonna stick your feet up straight into the air. If you can keep those legs straight. Normally it's hard to do that for a long time. You might have a slight bend in there and you're gonna lift your body slightly off the ground and you're gonna reach with your hands to the opposite toe. So you can see Natalie doing that there. She's reaching up, she's touching the opposite toe with the opposite hand, really crunching and engaging that core the entire time, okay? Drew's gonna be doing the motion a little bit different. At the advanced or red level, you're actually gonna be getting a heavy weight, and instead of alternating feet, you're gonna have your feet straight up, keeping your legs as straight as possible, and you're gonna use that heavy weight and reach that all the way up towards your toes, hitting your toes as close as possible, really squeezing and engaging that core the entire time. This is a very hard motion, and it's gonna engage and work those shoulders as you reach that heavy weight up. Yeah. As you can see, that's really hard. All right, I know that was a lot of movements. Remember that you can follow us throughout the entire exercise, which will also be listed on your screen, so don't you stress. Natalie and I are gonna get into the warm-up, and as we're doing that, Drew's actually gonna explain the entire workout itself.
Yep. Okay, so just like the other workouts we did this week, this one's very similar. We're doing 3 total supersets, okay? We're doing 12 jumping squats. We're doing 12 inchworms with a push-up. We're doing 12 lunges, which is 12 each side, okay? So a total of 24, but 12 each side. Then we're doing 12 dumbbell front raises, 12 twisting bicep curls, 12 tricep kickbacks, 12 toe touches, abs. Anyways, and then after that, we're resting for 60 seconds. That's one set. We're doing 3 total sets of this, okay? And you're doing it for time. So we are going at a faster pace, but form is the most important thing, okay? Quality reps. So make sure you stay safe, you stay with good form throughout the entire workout, but push yourself, try and go at a faster pace. And yeah, let's have some fun with this full body workout. It's gonna be a tough one.
Ooh, this one is gonna be tough.
Your abs are gonna hurt. You're gonna be really good at counting to 12.
12, yeah. Just think that 12 is the magic number.
It's gonna be an intense one, but just follow along. We are going as fast as we can, which means we're all gonna be going at our own pace, and you may be going at your own pace too. If you're not keeping up with the person you're following, that's okay. We have the workout listed on the screen. Just count your reps. Focus on good form, breathing through each repetition, and keep moving along. Keep following us throughout the entire exercise. Okay, we're gonna just do a few toe touches here. Keep your legs as straight as possible. Reach down as far as you can. For me, because I'm not flexible, it's not very far.
On these full body exercises, you may find that a certain part of your body is stronger than a different part of your body. So if for one of the exercises you feel comfortable moving up to yellow, but the rest you want to stay at green, that's perfectly fine. Just go at whatever level is really going to challenge you, but that you're going to get a good workout and be able to do the exercises with good form.
All right. Some arm circles. Really just opening everything up, making sure we're really warm before we jump into this workout.
The other thing that I'd really challenge you guys is to make sure you're using a weight that's heavy enough. So how do you know if a weight's heavy enough? Well, if by the end of the 12th rep, you're really struggling on having really good form, that means that the weight is heavy enough. If it's really easy for you to push it up, then that means you probably need to increase your weight a little bit. So find something else around your house that's a little bit heavier. I even found my dumbbells off Craigslist for really inexpensive price. Just use whatever works.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's good to have a couple options around just so that if you need to, you could switch weights during the exercise. All right, you guys, so now that we're done with the warm-up, we're gonna get straight into the workout. We're gonna be starting in just about 5 seconds. So if you need to get near, your chair or whatever, get into position. We're starting and go. Remember on this, if you're doing the modified version, try to come up onto those toes and lift those heels. If you're not able to do that for balance reasons, that's okay. Still squat and then come up and squeeze those glutes.
All right, in terms of the push-up. These are actually a really good core workout. You're not just working your chest, your core is engaged the entire time. 1.
Remember, if you're doing the modified version of this, the further your feet are out against the wall, the harder it's going to be. If you don't find this very difficult, then you'll want to step your feet out further back, or if that's still too easy, you can go ahead and move up to the modified or yellow level.
4, man.
And remember, as you're doing the push-up portion of this, to keep that back flat, make sure the butt's not sticking up.
5.
These are hard.
I know.
Pretty tough. Keep breathing through the motions, focusing on good form.
Make sure in the push-up that you get your chest all the way to the ground. Oh, I'm already breathing hard.
Woo, this is a difficult one. It's a really hard move, working multiple muscle groups.
4 more.
Really try hard not to rest until we get to that 60-second rest.
Woo! Yeah, you guys, these were meant to be high-intensity interval trainings. We want to keep that heart rate up the entire time so that, we
2
can
more.
really burn an optimal amount of fat. We're really trying not to rest until you get to the very end. So just keep going. Even if it's at a slow pace, try to keep moving. And remember, as we're doing these lunges, we're doing 12 on each side, okay? So 24 total. If it's easier for you to count one at a time, then go ahead and do that.
This is when your integrity really comes into play.
Yep.
For the most part, nobody would know if you cheated on a rep or if you didn't finish the workout, except for you. Your integrity to yourself matters. And right now is when you get to prove it.
Remember, if you are on lunges, to keep that chest up, okay? Think of having a string up at the top holding you upright. I don't want you throwing your body forward, okay? Keep that chest up, small movements. If you can't step out as far or go down as deep, that's okay. It's all about progress.
Remember, if you're yellow, you can do these with just your body weight, or you can hold some weights in your hand, whichever you think will challenge you the most.
Woo, and if you're like me, you might lose track of count. I usually just do a couple extra just in case. All right.
Remember,
Really
we're doing
breathing.
12 per leg here.
Focus on your breathing. If you're breathing really hard and you're out of breath, try not to take a break. Try to just go a little bit slower, catching your breath as you go. Again, we want to really save that break for the very end. Really focus on each movement, you guys. Focus on good form. Even though we're going for speed, we're going for speed with good form. If you're not doing good form, you're not getting the full benefit of the movement itself.
Sometimes you'll see me put the weight on my shoulders like this, and that's just because my arms are getting really tired. So it lets me rest the weight on my shoulders. All right, Yellow, dumbbell front raises.
Man, my arms are starting to get tired.
Your shoulder is a smaller muscle as well as your triceps. So on these exercises, you're gonna wanna use a lighter weight than, say, for example, on the lunges or some of the other exercises. We're using a bigger muscle group. Oh my gosh, my arms are burning.
And sometimes for the modified version, you're getting really tired. You might not be able to do the motion anymore with any weight. It's okay to just do the motion and put the weight down or put the cans down and just do the motion without any weight. You're still getting a great benefit, you guys. All right, I'm getting into the very end.
If you're still with me on these twisting bicep curls, sometimes you may have heard these referred to as Arnold curls, and basically you just want to twist your hand when you're mid-motion. And again, you want to really only be moving your arm from your elbow to your wrist. You don't really want your elbow to your shoulder to be moving much.
Woo! Really breathe through these crunches if you're on those. I know I'm exhausted. Woo! If you need to take a little bit more of a pause or break at the end of each rep of the crunch, that's totally okay. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. Go at your own pace. And remember, you're doing 12 on each side, so 24 total.
Unless you're on Team Red, when you're doing the weight, the only good thing is that you only have to do 12 total, but it's a lot more difficult, that's for sure. So I'm glad it's only 12.
During this 60-second break, you guys, this is when you want to get a drink of water. You can wipe off that sweat, shake out your body. Okay, start breathing a little bit slower to bring that heart rate down, because it's going to come back fast.
If you're Yellow doing these modified or doing these toe touches, you want to make sure that your shoulder blade is hitting the ground each time you rotate. Okay? You don't want to cheat and just go like this. That's not as hard of a movement.
Yep.
Woo, good job, you guys.
I'm about to start round 2 here.
All right, 60-second break. Get a drink of water.
Oh, man.
I forgot my water bottle. Think I could open one
Go.
with my weight? Start drinking
And
that
remember,
water.
you guys, this is about working out smarter, not longer. So we have this workout structured for a reason. Really try to do the workout as it's listed. Try to do the movements continually and only take that 60 seconds of rest, because we really want to jump that heart rate up. All right, so I'm about to start in just a couple seconds, starting back again at squats.
Good job, Red.
And go.
Man. These inchworms are killer.
Yeah. Good job, Green.
Woo. Keep that chest up when you're doing squats.
All right, Yellow, we have 20 seconds left of rest. You know, in this rest, you may not feel like you're as out of breath as maybe the cardio workouts, but you really need to let your muscles just rest and recover and get ready to go into another round. All right, we have 5 seconds. Getting
Woo,
ready
my
for those
quads are
jumping
burning.
squats. 2, 1, 12 jumping squats.
I know for me, I really try to focus on my intensity to try to keep the same intensity in round 2 as I had in round 1. Okay, I know it's harder. I'm more out of breath this round, but really try to focus on that. Focus on keeping the same intensity to get the most benefit out of this workout.
Inchworms. Good job, Red.
These are so slow. That's such a slow movement.
Yeah, they really burn your arms because your arms are being worked the whole time.
Focus on good form throughout these inchworms. If you've basically been keeping up with us, we're all on this movement. Remember to go at a good pace, keep your core in really tight and strong. During the push-up, keep that back flat. Okay, keep that butt down. Make each rep count.
It might feel kind of confusing because right here your butt is up,
Yeah.
but then you get into the push-up position and you want to keep your back flat like that.
Breathing through the motion. We're almost there.
2 more. Come on.
Woo! Nice job, you guys. Going straight into lunges.
Son, come on.
All right, when you guys are over at lunges, if you're
finally.
following me at the modified, remember that we're doing 12 on each leg, okay?
Yeah.
So you can either count 3, 3, or you can count them each individually and go to 24. Remember to keep good form throughout, keeping that chest up. Bending that back knee, trying to get it as low as it can possibly go, that back knee.
Good job, Yellow. We have 3 more.
Whew. And my heart rate's getting up there. It's normal to get out of breath. Just try to keep going, because again, we're getting that heart rate up. Almost there. Whew. All right. Good job, everyone. Keep going at home. Don't quit, okay? Don't quit or pause. Try to keep going. Try to keep staying consistent throughout this entire exercise of round 2. We're going to have 60 seconds of break. It's not too far. Breathing through each movement. Woo! Whew, my arms are starting to feel like Jell-O. Remember proper form on each rep. If you're following me and you're on these twisting bicep curls, remember to keep those elbows in tight. Nice job. Keep focusing on your core movements. Woo! If you need to take a quick second to shake that out, that's okay, but then get right back into it. Keeping that heart rate elevated. All right. Remember, just keep proper form throughout each motion. If you're doing the tricep kickbacks, remember to keep that back flat, fully extending and squeezing that tricep at the top, squeezing it at the top.
8.
Whew, I lost track of my tricep kickbacks, of course. I think I'm doing an extra credit. It's all right. If you do a little extra credit, that's even better.
We are turning you guys into fat burning machines, all right? The reason we like to do full body workouts is because it works every muscle, well, not every muscle group, but a lot of muscle groups in your body, which means you're gonna burn a lot of calories.
Woo! Remember with these crunches that you can take more of a pause in between each rep if you need to, okay? I'm trying to go a little bit quicker, lifting up, making sure I really get full range of motion though with each repetition. Woo,
60-second
almost
break.
there. Almost
Good job,
there, you
Team
guys.
Red. Good job, Team Red.
Woo!
Hopefully you're keeping up with me or even beating me.
My abs are
If you're not,
burning.
that's okay too.
Woo!
Just go at your own pace.
Make sure you look at the clock whenever you're done with your last rep and that you wait, because we're going to be doing again a 60-second break before we jump into the next set. And this is our last set.
Last set here. Last
So
set,
this is
best
our
set.
best set.
I want to point out that if you're on yellow, you want to make sure that you're not trying to lift with your neck, okay? So I don't want to see this like that. You want to try and keep your neck nice and stable and control. It helps if you look at the ceiling while you're doing them. Woo. Good job, yellow.
About 10
All
more
right,
seconds
finally
for me.
catching my breath. Remember to get a drink of water if you need it. We're going to be starting in about 25 seconds if you've been following me in the green.
So the idea is that on these rests, you're going to bring your heart rate back down. You're going to allow your muscles time to recover. So that way when you go into the last round, the final round, you can have full intensity, full power. All right? We really want you to be jumping as high as you can. Be lifting as much weight as possible. Have perfect form. That's what I want you guys to focus on this last round, all right? Last round and then we're done.
Like Natalie said, I'm really trying to focus my intensity, trying to make sure that I'm going at the same speed, that I'm really using good form the entire time. It's really easy for us to try to slow down our intensity or be weak in our movements in the last round because we're tired. Mind over matter, you guys. Just breathe through it. Remind yourself that it's the last round. You're almost there.
All right, guys, 5 seconds. All right, yellow, let's go.
Remember, if you're doing these push-ups, to keep that back flat during the push-up position. Okay? Keeping good form throughout.
Inchworms.
Try to keep count, especially if you're not staying with us. Try to keep count.
It helps me when I'm by myself to actually count out loud,
Yeah.
to remember what number you're on. It's a lot easier to remember when you say that number out loud.
3 more.
Woo! Good job, yellow.
All right, almost there, you guys. Woo, great job.
2 more.
Stay positive, guys. Keep those thoughts in your head full of positive words. Things like yes, Things like, I can do this. Things like, I believe in myself. Right? I don't even want to say those negative words.
Oh, man.
Push them out of your head.
Those are so hard.
Yeah, thinking positive, you guys, thinking about finishing this workout, thinking about how good you'll feel, how accomplished you'll feel. Don't give up at the end. You know, when you're at home, sometimes it's hard. You know, you think, I'm really tired, maybe I'll just cut it short, but you really get the most benefit, you guys, out of the last round. So make the best of that last round. Keep breathing.
This is when our heart rate is the most elevated, and this round is when we're gonna be burning the most amount of fat, and also when your muscles are gonna see the most growth because they're the most fatigued.
Absolutely. Make sure you get 12 in on each side, okay? Woo, and try to transition quickly. Okay, I'm really trying not to take any breaks or pauses. Get right to the next workout, even though, as you can tell, I'm out of breath, because I want to keep that heart rate elevated. Like Natalie said, we're getting so much benefit out of this last round. Our heart rate's elevated, our muscles are fatigued, and we're pushing through it. Woo! Going to the next move.
Oh, my arms are so tired, but I'm not gonna give up on myself. I might slow down, but I'm not gonna quit.
Even if you're behind all of our positions, keep going, okay? This is not a competition with us, it's a competition with yourself. Challenge yourself every day. Just try to be better day by day. Almost there, you guys. Focus on good form throughout all these last movements. Really make the best out of this last round.
Notice that with my breathing, as I'm doing these lunges, I'm breathing out when I step down and in when I step up. Sorry, I said that wrong. I'm breathing. You want to breathe out on the hard part. So you want to breathe in as you're stepping down and out as you're stepping up.
That's okay.
If you've been a member for Dollar Workout Club for a while, I get things confused sometimes.
We all do. And you know that sometimes we lose track of our reps because we're talking to you at home. That's better, right? Just means that we do a few extra reps. Oh man, these are killing my abs. Woo! If you're anything like me, these are really hurting your abs. But stay strong, you guys. We're almost there. We just have a few more left.
Done.
My arms are totally on fire right now.
Keep going, you guys.
Keep going. Push yourself.
Woo! Nice job, you guys. Woo!
It's amazing how a soup can doesn't feel that heavy when you're cooking. And then in this workout, you're like, oh my gosh, that soup can is making my arm burn.
You're doing awesome at home. I want you to keep going. I want you to keep breathing, and I want you to keep pushing yourself.
Oh, man.
You know, you might see that we finished the workout and you're not quite there. That's okay. You're competing with yourself. You're pushing yourself. This is the time for you to prove that you're not going to quit. You're going to keep going. If you have to go a little bit slower pace, that's okay, but I don't want you to stop. I want you to keep moving through this, keep that heart rate elevated, keep breathing, okay?
Yeah, have some integrity to yourself. No one might not know, no one might not know that you finished this workout, but you know if you finished it or not. And that's where you're either hurting yourself or helping yourself, is if you have integrity to yourself. So, super important when it comes to success in life, when it comes to being healthy and fit, is having some integrity, not just to other people, but to yourself.
Yeah, and the great thing about this, you guys, this is a really quick workout, and it may seem easy on paper. You're like, oh, that seems like it'll be a fast workout, but as you can tell, it's tough.
Yeah.
Really gets that heart rate up. We're really working a ton of muscle groups. It's great that you can see so much benefit out of a short workout, and that's because we really want to optimize all the workouts, working out smarter, not longer. You're doing awesome, Natalie. You're doing awesome at home. If you're still going, stay strong and keep moving. Woo! Woo!
Good job, y'all.
Nice job. Nice job, Team Red, Team Yellow, Team Green. Boom, boom.
Did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Natalie's very uncoordinated sometimes, so I wouldn't be surprised. Just kidding.
Okay, you guys are doing awesome at home. If you're still going, go ahead and press pause and finish that workout at a high intensity, and then go ahead and push unpause so you can do the cool down and stretching with us, okay, when you're ready. But it's okay if you're not done, just keep going. All right, for those that are done and ready to stretch, we're gonna be doing a chest stretch. Drew's gonna go ahead and walk us through all the stretches today.
Okay, so you're gonna have one arm perpendicular to your body. Here, I'll show you this one first. And you're gonna turn the opposite way from that arm, and twist your body and lift up on the opposite side of your arm that's down on the ground. So you should feel a nice deep stretch in your front delt and chest area. Let's hold it for about 30 seconds. Then we'll switch sides from all those inchworms. My shoulders are on fire.
Yep, mine too.
Those are hard movements, man.
Okay, switch sides. Other arm now. You could also do the standing up against the wall too.
Yeah. For some reason, I always seem to get this stretch mixed up. So now I think, okay, look at the elbow that's off the ground. That's how I remember on this chest stretch.
Yep.
Good tip. That's a good tip.
Basically what Drew said.
Yeah, exactly.
A simpler way to remember it.
That's okay. That's why
man.
people love us, right?
Yeah.
All right. And up. Okay. Then we stand up. We're going to do a quick shoulder stretch, okay? This one's going to hit the front of your shoulder a little bit. You're going to bring your arm in front. With the opposite arm, you're going to pull that arm that's across your chest into you as far as possible. You might be a little bit sweaty. It might be slippery. Try and keep it from slipping out. And then hold it there nice and tight. You should feel a nice deep stretch right in here.
Woohoo. Oh man, you guys might need to do these stretches a couple times. We always go through them at least once, but you can continue and do those 2 or 3 times while you're watching the recipe or motivation video. You know, it's great to stretch throughout the day even. It'll really help with that muscle soreness.
Look, I couldn't even get the direction right. I'm going the wrong way as you guys.
Oh, it's totally fine.
Left,
okay.
right.
It's totally
No.
fine.
All right.
Woo!
All right, relax. Now we're gonna do a quad stretch, okay? So grab that ankle, pull that heel into that butt as far as possible. You should feel a nice deep stretch in your quad. Grab something for balance if you need it. Look at something on the ground, grab your earlobe. There's a bunch of different tricks you could do.
And if you're not at the point where you're able to reach your foot back and grab it, that's totally okay. What you can do instead is with that chair that you used for squatting, you can instead put your back foot on that chair just like this, and that's also going to stretch out that quad muscle, okay? Until you get to the point where you can really lift it all the way up. You can go ahead and do it this way as well.
The closer you can get your knees to each other, the better that stretch is going to be. So if your leg's all the way out here, you're not going to be stretching your quad nearly as well as if your leg is right here.
Great job, you guys.
All right, drop down, do a quick
Great
hip
job, you
flexor
guys.
stretch. Drop down to one knee. Push this hip forward as much as possible. Put these hands on the opposite knee and push off that knee and push this hip forward. Bring that chest back a little bit. You should feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor.
That was great.
Yeah, it feels really good.
That was an intense workout. Whew.
All right, switch it up. Other leg.
Make sure you guys hydrate today, especially because I know that we're sweating a lot today. Drink more water than normal. As a good rule of thumb, if you want to take your weight and divide that in half, that's about how many ounces at a minimum that you should be drinking a day. But with high intensity exercise like this and with the amount of sweating that we often do, it's great to even boost it past that. It's really important for you guys to hydrate.
And relax.
Ooh,
Good job,
awesome.
everybody.
Nice job. Good job, you guys, and great job at home. We're so glad that you joined us for the workout at dollarworkoutclub.com, and we hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All struggle with at certain times in our life is feeling embarrassed, and especially when it comes to health and fitness. I know I've experienced it, and a lot of people I work with too. Maybe you feel embarrassed because you haven't worked out in a really long time and you feel like you don't even belong in a gym, or you don't even belong to be working out at in your home, right? Maybe you feel embarrassed because you used to be an athlete and you're not an athlete anymore, so you feel mad at yourself for getting to the point that you got. Maybe you're embarrassed because you know you want to start eating healthier, but you don't even know where to begin. You don't know how to cook in the kitchen, and you don't know what certain ingredients means, right? So there's a lot of different ways that we can be embarrassed, or we're afraid that people are going to judge us or criticize us, or we can feel even a sense of shame towards these situations. And so the first thing to recognize is, one, that's so normal. I know I've gone through lots of phases in my life where I felt that way, and lots of other people have too. And then the next most important thing that you can do is, and it's the hardest thing to do, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do, is have the courage to talk about that fear. So find people that you know are going to support you and aren't going to really judge and criticize you. So find a close circle of friends or your family and voice those fears. Let them know how you're feeling and explain why you're feeling that way. And what you'll find is that majority of the time, your friends and family are going to be really supportive of you. And what I found personally is that my friends were so touched by me being brave enough to open up and talk about those things that they, in turn, it made them feel comfortable enough to share with me when they'd been in similar situations too. And so you'll find that vulnerability is the ultimate connector. It makes people feel like they can connect with you because you guys we're all the same, right? That you've been in that situation, they've been in that situation, and it makes you feel stronger because you know, okay, I'm not alone here. I'm not the only one going through these feelings or these struggles. I'm going to read a quote to you by Brené Brown, and she is probably the writer who has influenced me the most. She talks a lot about shame and owning your story. So I'm going to take a minute to read the quote. You can follow along on the screen with me. Owning our story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. Embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on love and belonging and joy, the experiences that make us the most vulnerable. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. So it's really easy to decide, this makes me feel scared. Stepping out of my comfort zone makes me feel scared, so I'm just gonna stay small. I'm not gonna make any changes in my life. I'm not gonna get healthier. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've always done because it makes me feel comfortable and it makes me feel safe. But what Brené talks about and what I have personally found is that once you start talking about the situations that make you feel vulnerable and scared, it takes the power away from that feeling of shame and it puts the power back in you. So I'm going to tell you a story. When I was growing up, my mom, who's an amazing person, but just made some bad life choices, was in and out of prison my whole childhood as I was growing up. And for a long time, I felt so much shame around that. I would do everything I could to hide the fact that my mom was in prison. I wouldn't tell people. When I had photographs, I would just say, oh, my mom couldn't make it that day. And it was a lot of work and effort to hide the fact that, this was my story. And it actually was Brené's book, Daring Greatly, that taught me that owning your story is one of the most powerful things you can do. And so I changed my thought process and I just started being honest and I owned that, you know what? That experience in my life is just part of my story. That's part of my struggle and it's been who I am. And I don't hide from it anymore. And I don't go yelling at the rooftops, hey, this is what I've gone through. But if the situation is right, I share that with people. And guess what? Most people find that they can relate to you better, that they understand you better, and that you guys are on the same level, right? It takes that fear and that shame away. And so what I found is that when you're willing to be vulnerable, when you're willing to talk about your fear, when you're willing to state your goals publicly, it strengthens those connections that you have with other people because it unites us. It says, oh, hey, I'm not alone here. They've been through it too. We can help each other. We can support each other. So the point I want to get across is that everybody feels embarrassed at times. Everybody has things that they're afraid of or things that make them feel shameful. But what I want you to remember today is that when you are being vulnerable, you are being strong. Vulnerability feels like weakness, but it looks like courage. Hey guys, we just want to take a second to let you know how much we appreciate you. Dollar Workout Club wouldn't be a club without each of you guys, and you mean so much to us.
Yeah, and we want you guys to leave your comments. There's a section below where you can talk about if you've tried the recipe or how you thought of the workout or how you did in the workout or questions about the motivational tips. If you have comments or questions, please leave them below.
Yeah, and don't forget to invite your friends, you guys, to join us here at Dollar Workout Club. And don't forget to follow us on social media using these handles below.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.